What's up, everybody? This is Jesse from VCC Board Repairs. I have Ben Russell here.
Hey, what's up, guys? Ben Russell from Prefixer.
So today we're going to go out to the All Wireless Prepaid Expo here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're going to go check out all the different vendors, go meet people, ask some questions.
And some of the questions that we wanted to ask, which we think are going to be pretty interesting to you, are right to repair, first and foremost, but also we wanted to see kind of what's working for people in the repair shops, where their struggles have been, and just kind of get an overall scope of really how the wireless repair industry is really going, and wanted to share that with you guys.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started with the video and head out to the expo.
See you there.
All right, guys, so here we are at Caesar's Palace, walking through the casino, headed to the showroom floor. Really excited to meet everyone, see what's everyone up to. What are your thoughts, Ben?
No, yeah, super excited. So yeah, we're gonna be talking with, it's a prepaid show, but there's still Mender Gadgets, Mobile Centric, Protection Pro, some of the people here. So super excited just kind of see, where everyone's at. But also really cool. We're gonna ask people all the different questions about why their business works or why it doesn't, and then we're gonna let you know about that. So
yeah, so if you're starting a repair business, you're in the repair business already, it's a good video to watch, to learn from other people. It's ultimately how you learn a lot from other people's mistakes as well.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the biggest thing, like, especially when me and Jesse started, chatting online and becoming friends and stuff like that. The coolest thing is you kind of have a perspective in your head on like what works in business. But then once you actually talk with somebody else that's, pretty successful as well, it like opens up your mind. You're like, oh dude, like that small shift, like totally made massive changes. So
yeah, you sometimes don't think about certain things until someone mentions it in a different perspective, and then you realize, oh, maybe I should try doing that instead.
Yeah, I think one of the things is like the confidence that you can have in order to like do a certain business in a certain way. Yeah, so I think it's like the confidence that you're really looking for, and when you have someone that's trusted that does well in business as well, it's so much easier just to get that simplistic framework and then totally go full send on it, which I think that's like the biggest thing is, I find myself over the years just wasting so much time switching it up all the time, but once you find like what works and repeat it and be consistent with it, like that's huge.
So what's one thing that you changed in your business that might have been small but made a big difference at the end?
So reducing the number of services that I have, but then increasing the number of services I can offer on those services. So like enhancing services without adding new services. So
give me an example.
Yeah, so an example is you may already be doing screen repairs in your business and you're like, oh, now I need to sell cases. Now I need to do laser engraving. Now I need to do something else. But like, I made a post on this a little while back. So if you look at my Facebook page, you'll see it. But on a simple screen repair, you can get a battery cell. You can get a protection plan. You can get another device coming in. You can get a screen protector. There's all these other things that you can add on to that. And a lot of times that low-hanging fruit is really what holds us back, is because
it all comes from one repair too.
Yeah. So the customer comes in and they have a screen repair that's broken, but you have a good check-in process where you check their battery health. You recommend a battery to them. Then as you're going through that process, you discuss with them protection plan needs. So you sell them a protection plan with a screen protector, and then you discuss with them how they can get a potential discount on a secondary device that they have. Maybe an old iPad they haven't pulled out because they cracked the screen a year ago, but now they're going to bring
like
it to
a backup phone.
Yeah, backup phone, things like that, which can be really huge. And so whenever I found that out, my team had to start doing less, just by doing more on the things that we were already doing, which made it really easy to scale at that point.
Great. So one thing that I changed that I really didn't think about after seeing like some of Ben's posts and other people posting is I used to do charging port cleanings for free. I used to be like, yeah, I'll clean it out and then just give me a review, and that could be like the exchange. But literally every single one that I did for free, asked for a review. They're like, yeah, for sure. None of them ever left me a review, and it's kind of weird to ask them for keep bugging them for review and stuff. So I just started charging like $25 for each one, and never had any pushback. Most people were so happy to just get their phone fixed, regardless of the fee. They're happy with the convenience of being able to repair it on the spots. They're happy they didn't have to replace the whole charging port. So that's something that really kind of changed everything, how I saw things. So I thought, being the nice guy, doing things for free would pay off, and it really didn't. So
yeah, I totally agree. That's like a huge perspective shift. The things that we pay for, are the things that we do value. And that's not to say that free stuff isn't valuable, but if you do have a small dollar amount attached to even some of the smaller tasks, it reflects better on the customer because they actually do have to then go, oh snap, was that actually worth the 25? And they consciously then make the decision to then agree and say, yes, it was. I'm gonna pay for that service. And it's so much more validating for them because free you don't have to think about. Free you're just like,
Right.
whatever. Oh my goodness, it looks the same as last year.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? All right, Ben, so what do you think so far? We're 1 second into the...
No, yeah, 1 second in, it's a lot of stuff going on. So excited to see what's here. So
Awesome, let's go walk around.
yeah.
Give me this from Repair Desk.
No way.
Hell yeah, he just gave me that gift right now.
Awesome.
We're about to do some knockouts over here.
Hey, can we interview you?
Absolutely.
So we have Tony Baker here from GSM Warehouse. I'll let you introduce yourself real quick.
Tony Baker, GSM Warehouse, located in Florida. The best distribution warehouse for cell phone repairs. Cell phones, I guess. Pre-owned certified devices.
Yeah, it's like the best name in the game as far as all this goes. Like really one of the biggest sellers. I remember buying the Nokia Lumia, I think like some 510 or something like that back in the day. And literally, I bought it on a Friday, had it on a Saturday, and I bought it for me like at 6 o'clock at night. It was insane. But as far as buying devices and selling them for a repair shop, I guess what's the leverage that a repair shop can have by buying from you?
Well, the margin, number one, we have constant inventory, we have competitive prices, so there is a good margin for you as a cell phone repair shop to make. You can make up to between $100 to $250 per device. The benefits to that is if a customer comes in with a broken device and it's not fixable, there it is. You can upgrade them and sell them another phone, take their old phone back, use it for parts, or resell it again. There is no minimum quantity to buy, so you're not forced to buy 5 or 10 or 20 devices at a time. Go to gsmwarehouse.com. You can buy one device at a time. Grow your business. Stay healthy. If you're healthy, we're healthy. You're happy, we're happy. You make sales, you're gonna come back and buy again.
Nice, very good. What happens in like the logistics of like, let's say someone buys a device, blacklist or IMEI or issues like that? Because I know that's like a big worry because people are like, man, I don't want to invest a couple $100 in a phone and then have it come back and be bad. What is some precautions?
So we can guarantee a few things for you. Number one, we give a lifetime warranty on every IMEI, so you will not have that issue at all. Number two, we give you a 98% original parts on the phones, so you will not have aftermarket screens, aftermarket fingerprints or face IDs or any issues like that. And our devices are well graded. We have A grade, we have B grade, and we have C grades in stock, so we have everything for every customer.
And one last question, as far as for like, so repair shop, they buy a phone, they get, just the margin from initially selling it, but how do they increase it even further, like through accessories, or do you have any kind of advice on that?
Owning a 14 cell phone repair shops in Florida, the best advice to that is take trade-ins. So when customer comes in and they want to upgrade their phone, pay them a little bit for their phone, sell them a new phone. With the upgraded phone, you can make $300 to $400 or $500 more. So trade-ins. Start with me. Have few inventory, but to fill up and to have more inventory, do trade-ins, and that's the best way to do it.
Very nice.
Off the streets is the best way to buy phones. Here we are just as a backup plan. If you fill up your stores from GSM Warehouse, you will make money, but you're not gonna get rich. So to get rich, buy phones off the streets, and that's how you make it. That's how you succeed.
No, that's some real advice there, because a lot of people just pitch themselves as the only solution, but I think kind of what me and Jesse came to the expo for is really to find like what's really helping repair shops really make the margins to be able to get the profit, to be able to actually get a paycheck. And I think that's some really valuable advice there, is like buy it from the streets, but then also as a backup, keep stock with these.
Well, owning a cell phone repair shops, the best thing to do is, and the reason why we started is because we wanted a solution as a backup solution. So we wanted to have phones just in case we can't have enough phones off the streets. So we started GSM Warehouse 15 years ago, and here we are, But the best solution, the number one solution, is to buy back off the streets. But that was before iCloud, and that was before blacklisting. So if you are worried about iCloud's blacklisting, issues with the phones, here we are, gsmwarehouse.com, and we guarantee you everything.
Love it. Appreciate it so much, Tony.
Absolutely. Good
Thanks,
seeing you
man.
guys.
So here we're at the booth with Repair Desk, and one of the reasons why, and actually we have a banner over there too. And so Usman actually reached out to me a couple months ago, or maybe a year ago at this point. We kind of talked back and forth, and we decided to partner up to bring the two best in the industry to help repair shops. Our main vision with repair shops is really helping people to become profitable, to build a business that actually works. That fulfills the phrase of having a business that is a tool that you use to enhance your life, which I think is incredibly important. And so what we specialize in at Prefixer is we do repair shop trainings as far as with micro soldering as well as business operations. And then where Repair Desk comes in for that is they're the software that manages the whole point of sale as far as the work order management and inventory management, all those other things that are extremely vital to handle the jobs that we're teaching people how to do, to teach them how to manage the whole workflow in the store.
Yeah, thank you so much for filling in. So my name is Usman, I'm the founder at Repair Desk. Currently what happened is repair stores still today use spreadsheets, or they use generic point of sale system like Square, QuickBook to manage their business, which are great for running if you are running a grocery repair store. However, if you're running a repair shop, you need something where, let's say if a customer walks in, you can pencil in all their details. So if you want to run a campaign later down the road, or if a customer comes back for a warranty, you have all this information. Software helps you track all of that. You can do repair job management, inventory, payments, invoicing. It also integrates with all your favorite suppliers like Mobile, Centric, Mender Gadgets, and hopefully we'll soon be able to integrate with mail-in repair. So if you work with Jesse from VCC Repairs, you'll be able to send your repairs to Jesse as well. Over to you, Ben.
No, I appreciate that. And so yeah, we decided to work together, and so we've been holding webinars recently per month talking about the kind of the unspeakables with repair shops, like how to actually market your business, how to actually gain back that time freedom, how to go from being an underworked and underpaid repair shop owner to then becoming a true business operator that is able to understand the needs of the business, address them, and really expand it. So that's really what we come together for. And one of the really cool things that we're releasing here soon, well, Repair Desk is, but I'm helping them out on, is a little bit different streamlined flow for repair intake. And so we're really excited to see how that'll help with repair shops to increase that efficiency of bringing in repairs. And then on the backside, we do the trainings. We teach you how to do micro soldering, also all the business ops, and the whole 9 yards. So that's how we work together.
Thank you so much for a great partnership, and look forward to growing the business together.
And likewise.
Austin, so from Mender Gadgets. So tell us a little bit about this machine, what it does.
Yeah, so this is the Primo machine from Red Wolf, and what this machine does is it removes surface level scratches from smartphones and smartwatches.
Okay. And how much does a machine like this cost?
So currently Mender Gadgets is running a promotion on it where it's $9.95 to buy it here. Other than that, I'm not sure what the pricing is. I actually am from Primo. I'm from the company that made the Primo polishing machine. So I'm not sure pricing-wise, but I know that's the promotion they're running here today.
And how often do you suspect customers will come in with their scratched up watches into the repair? It also does screens as well?
Yeah, so it'll do phones, it'll do the backs of phones, and it'll also do watches. And we assume, when a client comes in to, say, get a phone replaced or anything else, we think that that's a great point of time to look at their Apple Watch. Recent studies show that there's a third of the population that has an Apple phone has an Apple Watch that goes with it. And people just don't think about it. You walk around, you bump it on the side of the car, you bump it walking into a room.
Mine's all scratched up too.
I mean, it just happens. We're grown to protect the phone and take care of it, but we just don't think about the watch the same way. it's definitely something that is a great point of sale.
Awesome. What do shops normally charge for this type of service?
I mean, I think it's the shop's choice.
What have you heard, like feedback?
I've heard a lot of people that are charging 20 to 45 for a polish.
Right.
So that's kind of the range that it runs, and then we figured out cost for materials and everything else. Usually it runs the store right around $3 a polish.
Okay. And how long does it take to polish like an Apple Watch or iPhone screen?
Apple Watch, the process from start to finish is right around 5 minutes. That includes prepping the device. It includes the time on the machine and everything else. A phone is a little bit of a bigger screen, so it takes a little longer.
Yeah.
But you're still looking around 10 to 15 minutes for a full polish.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. All right, so today Ben has his charging port being dirty, so we're going to use the Mender Gadgets tweezers to clean it out.
Yeah, so this is actually a new tweezer set they got. I saw it recently on their site, along with a new mat. I don't work here. I'm just kind of pitching their stuff. But so my phone actually last night I noticed I plugged it in and it only charged up to 84%. It's because the charger, there's so much sheetrock dust in there. I've been remodeling my house, and so the charger will actually barely sit in. I don't think we have I actually have a charger in my pocket, so I'll kind of show you what that would look like. You know, most of the time you plug a charger, and if you can see any little bit of the shank on it, you know that's a pretty big red flag there. So what you can do is you can get some tweezers.
Oh, look at that.
Just like that. Look at that.
Wait, it's out of focus.
So I kind of put it down there. Man, I'm one of those people now.
Stop moving.
And it just keeps coming out. Look at that, it kind of puffs up. The crazy thing about all this is a lot of times it'll get so packed in there, it almost becomes like a composite material until you start picking at it. And this is actually a really profitable repair for repair shops. So in this particular case, if I was a customer walking in, my device would have already been rendered almost useless. Like it was only 84% today. If I wanted to know that it was the charger that wasn't plugging in, I probably would have thought it was completely dead, completely frantic, and probably wouldn't have known just to push it even harder to make it charge. So we actually charge $45 for this particular service, and it saves customers a whole lot of money because if we were going to swap out the actual charge port, on most devices we're between like $60 to $100 to do a charge port. So they save a whole lot of money by doing it at $45. And also it's a really, really great add-on service for you too, for your repair shop, because it does take some time, some finesse. And then also the ultimate test that we do on here to make sure that it's actually working is not only do we just plug it in, because now you can see it's actually sitting flat. We'd actually put it on a USB ammeter and make sure that it's pulling the 1 to 2 amps that it should be, and let it sit for about 10 minutes to make sure it charges up a bit for the customer before you deem it as a full repair. But yeah, so this is a completely random one. We completely happened to me this morning, but came to the Mender Gadgets booth, cleaned it out, now I'm good to go.
All right, so we have Brad here from Mender Gadgets. He's going to tell us a little bit about what this machine does and what we can do with it.
Yeah, so tomorrow we're going to do a full demonstration, but quickly, this is our TBK R2201. This is our thermal laser soldering setup. So what you see here is a full setup with several different components that allow you to do some micro soldering with ease. So we have a full HD camera setup. It's transferred and displayed here on our monitor. And in the middle here is our thermal imaging camera that is displayed here on a touch panel. And then we have our extra laser thermal lens laser here. So what we'll do tomorrow is we're going to do an FXIC demonstration. We'll do an IC transfer. So we'll use the laser setup, engaging with the menu here, or with the foot pedal that plugs in on the side. You can adjust your thermals to certain temperatures and begin to do some micro soldering. So what it does is just uses a laser thermal imaging system to kind of heat up the solder, and you can do chip offs and things like that.
So what would a repair shop use this for exactly?
Yeah, so they'll use it for doing touch IC swaps, CPU swaps, CPU removal, hard drive upgrades, any type of micro soldering that can be done if you need to remove and transfer capacitors or anything like that.
Right. Why would a shop want to do a touch IC swap on these screens?
Yeah, so they'll want to do touch IC to remove like genuine screen messages, so to prevent annoying messages that would pop up when you don't have the components there.
Right, because now it's repaired, so on iPhone 11 and newer, you get a pop-up saying that your screen has been replaced.
Security authorization during the boot process. So it will request that IC to kick back some data. If that data is not there, then that's when you're going to get presented with a pop-up message.
Great. So how much training does someone have to do to be able to do this successfully?
I think with this type of setup, even without soldering training, I think within a 3-day period, somebody can kind of pick up the processes, and within a week or so time, they can kind of hone in on the skill.
And how much does this machine cost?
Right now, it's listed on the website for $15.95, but we're running a promotion for $14.50 if you're here and ready to make a deal.
Oh, nice. Cool. All right, so we got Scott here from Mender Gadgets.
Hey, everybody.
So tell us about Mender Gadgets. What do you guys do?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're at our tool table. So I'm going to focus on tools a little bit. Obviously, if you haven't heard of us, we're a massive parts distributor. We sell devices, phones, parts, anything you can think of for your business, accessories, smart home products, everything. But tools is one of the things that we geek out over, right?
Yeah, and my channel is micro soldering, so
Jesse feeds me tools all the time where he's like, man, I don't have these in the States. Where do I find them? And that's the type of stuff that I love, right? It's like if you have a tool, you don't know where to find it, you come to us and we will find it for you, or we already have it more than likely. I definitely will say, since the Prefixer VCC guys are here, we do carry their Seek Thermal camera holder and everything, so definitely make sure you check that out if you're using the Seek Thermal camera. But here on the table we have just a tiny little bit of some of the SKUs that we carry for tools. We have over 2,000 SKUs of tools, so whether it's a laser machine, screwdriver, tweezers, heating element, like anything you need, board level, basic repair, we have it. We're just kind of going through, you know, we have a lot of our popular screwdrivers here. The tool brass ones are very popular.
I love these.
Yeah,
I use these.
Those are your favorite, right?
Yeah. They're real heavy, and like the top spins real nice, so it's like perfect.
Yeah, and then these are very popular. The True Tone programmers, you definitely have, you know, one of each of these things.
Is this a real one in here?
I don't know if it's in there. You can check. Yeah.
Because I did have a problem with them recently.
All right,
for the dot projector. Oh, it is on. So it has system version 6.8. So on mine, it had I updated it to the latest version, and it would not detect genuine cables.
Oh,
it would give me an error, basically flagging it as it's counterfeit.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And JC would not fix it, so I had to get one that had an old version of 4.7.
Okay.
And then it worked.
Okay.
So
that's good to know. We tried our best to stay on top of it for sure. Yeah, but we can definitely look into that. That's a good point.
Yeah, and then these modules here are you get, there's many different functions from these modules, so you could swap it out for, you know, batteries, dot projectors, ear speaker flex, all these different things. So
yeah, and then some other interesting ones. So we have like little tools, right? We have expensive and cheap tools. So these are actually ceramic tweezers. So if you're doing BMS board swaps on batteries, if you're clipping the lead, best not to do that with metal, right? No, so we have ceramic ones to, you know, help not have any heat issues or any electrocution problems. And then we have tons of opening clamps and everything. This is one of the new ones for like the 12 and 13 series. If you're having issues cracking the screen or having issues just getting it off, this will help you very slowly increase the height. And as long as the suction cup's on the screen, it's going to slowly pull it up with even pressure.
How do you deal with the screen that's shattered? Can it still
So if it's shattered, everyone's got their preference. Packing tape is one of the more common ones. Is that what you use if you have that?
When I try.
Okay, yeah, so packing tape, if you lay it over, it'll kind of close up those air gaps and actually allow this to adhere. And this will actually flip up and down to give it like a really tight connection. But this is just one of, I think, the 3 versions that we carry of a tool like this. So yeah, definitely check out our YouTube channel if you haven't. We've been trying to do more live videos weekly. For example, on the programmers, we taught people how to upgrade their programmers last week on our live video. And if anything you want to see, any tools, anything you want us to feature on live videos, let us know. You know, we're here.
I'll review it on the channel too. If they send me stuff, I'll do it.
Absolutely.
So what is this?
It's a mini hot plate preheater, USB powered.
Okay.
Temperature setting, ceramic plate, good for FPC swaps, touch IC removal.
That's tiny.
It's so small, yeah, it's amazing. You can just sit right there on your little rubber pad, and you can put any flexes or anything on here. This will heat up, and you'll be able to easily remove it without using like a hot air gun or anything, just a nice little hot plate right there.
Nice.
Before this, it's like the hot plate tip on the tip of your soldering iron.
Right.
And now it's like a whole little staple. These little legs flip out too, so for stability.
Oh, that's clever.
buttons on the back to change the menu for different temperature settings.
Cool.
Yeah, we just got these in, so definitely check those out.
I think they're like $100.
Oh yeah, these are for sandwich boards.
You requested those, I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So they're like tiny little
They're
discs.
so small. We were
It's
looking at it, it looks like
gold
glitter.
dust. Like,
Yeah.
Seriously. Like we honestly thought they were empty bottles at first.
there's no way you can pick that up with a camera
No.
if they're in there.
Yeah, so they're little spacers basically for sandwich boards. So when the board is warped, you can place them around and it'll help level it out. Yep.
These are good to protect your camera lenses while you got your camera exposed.
Oh yeah.
These are my new favorite tweezers. I like the arrow ones the best.
Let me see.
Yeah, these are from Vakana. What's crazy is when me and Brad were looking into it, they make tweezers for eye surgery.
For optical surgery.
Like they're like the real ones like from like an OEM brand are like $1,500, but this company sells like $300 tweezers, and they have videos of doing. I swear,
like doing like retina surgery.
it's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, I gotta get these.
It's built-in extraction for your soldering iron.
Yeah. So how long do you have this one in?
This is my sample, so this is the only one I got.
Yeah, we still need to get the one that you're using primarily right now, Jesse.
By the way, this thing sucks. It doesn't work.
Yeah. We got a new version coming in, I believe.
Yeah. So the version that you want it to be able to have the.
This is my favorite soldering iron right now. T3A.
Is that the one you're using?
T3B.
T3B.
Yeah.
I love T3A. Love it.
I think
It just has the extra port, right?
that one has supports a bigger iron.
Okay.
Adds the power up with the battery to show you the actual
Yeah.
voltage of it.
You bought this one too?
Yeah. I bought all
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
All Wireless and Prepaid Expo. Yeah, so welcome. So I'm Ben Rossler, your host with Prefixer, and I'll be walking you around today to give you an inside look on what happens at these expos. First and foremost, we have the Pastry Bar, which is absolutely divine. We have chocolate muffins.
This is why people come here for the free food.
Look at that.
Oh, Danish. I'm gonna have to take this one home. All right, so we have Nick here from Wholesale Gadget Parts.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What kind of tools do you guys carry for micro soldering techs?
So we got all sorts of tools. We got one of our big ones is with Hacko.
Yeah.
And we have a couple of their different tools, including the ones that people really like, which is the tweezer one.
Okay. Do you guys have them here?
We didn't bring it here. The only one that we brought to the show because we flew was we brought one of the soldering tips.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this looks kind of dangerous if it was found in your luggage.
Yeah.
In the airport, but I mean, I've flown with a lot of tools and never had any issues. But
Yeah,
Cool.
But yeah, so we got all the stuff for Hacko, and then there's a couple other brands that we have also, and then we have all the different IC chips
Yes.
for doing those tiny little repairs. I think this one's for
it looks like a
it's for an Xbox One X.
yes. So what's unique about Wholesale Gadget Parts that is beneficial to repair shops that no other supplier can meet?
Yeah, so one thing that we do is we are a full service in the sense of we have all the parts that you guys need, we have all the tools, and then also accessories. So any shop that's looking to have accessories also, we have over 5,000 of those. So you're not having to go from website to website to website to get what you need. You're able to get everything from one shop, and then one, save on shipping. And then we don't drop ship anything. Everything that we have comes from our warehouse.
Right.
And then I know a lot of places do this, but you guys, our customers have direct access to us through our text message or Facebook or whatnot. You guys can actually talk to us instead of just a random person without a face.
Right. Okay. So just recently I had an issue with the JC programmer. Here you go.
Yeah.
So tell us about what exactly happened. You know, I made a video about it where the dot projector was being, the replacement cable from JC was being flagged as doesn't work, and we were able to solve it by putting an older, getting a unit with the older software version.
Yeah.
So do you guys source these cables from JC directly?
Yeah, so all of our products with JC, we talk with them directly. We get them directly from them.
Right.
And so nothing is third party or aftermarket or anything. So I'm not sure what was causing all the issues. I think we got it all figured out.
Right.
And talking with them directly, working on them with projects, and you know, I was glad that we were able to one, find that issue, but two, be able to get it working. I don't think that one has a battery in it.
Right. Have you talked to them about the issue? Are they saying they're working on it?
Yeah. So I actually sent them your video.
Great.
And
that's the hope. I made a video so they have some pressure on them to fix it.
Yeah, I sent her the video, and she's like, "Oh, this is your customer," and then like was like, "Wow, this is like really good. Thank you for sending me this." And then just trying to trying to figure out what next steps are. It took a little bit more convincing to say, "Hey, it's probably the software."
Right.
And so
because we tried everything. We tried swapping out the boards. We got the V1 SE updated to the latest version. I have 7.2 now, and it still does the exact same thing. You know, using your cables, so we know they're direct from JC. So hopefully they solve it, and you know the video puts some pressure on them to figure it out.
Yep. Hopefully so. They're usually pretty good at solving things. They got the 12 board working now. It wasn't working before when it first came out, but
so you have to update that to the latest version.
So we actually have a board now that's 12/13.
Oh, like the module?
Yeah. So you just put that out, put the new one in.
Oh, okay. So you need a new module to do 12 and 13.
Yeah, to do the 12 and 13, because the base one only goes up to the 11 Pro Max.
So I'm assuming you probably have to have it to the latest software version to support that board.
I would think so. Yeah.
I mean, I have two of these now, so I might have to just old one for dot projector, new one for screens.
Yeah,
you know,
I like the smiley face that you had on it to make sure that it was the good one.
Yeah, I don't want to mix them up, man, because I spent a lot of time trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
All right, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, see you around.
If you ever need anything from us, just let us know.
Yeah,
thanks.
Cool.
The craziest things with with expos like these is they have vendors from all over. So you have like ones that just do like basically strictly audio. You have ones that are like phone parts. Then you have the prepaid dealers, and then you have some other ones that like you would never even known of, like Tap Check. I have no idea what that is. It's probably some prepaid thing, but it's incredible like what you can really learn about the companies that you never even knew existed. Hey, what's up, guys? Ben from Prefixer. I'm here with Robert, and he's actually one of our students that joined our Prefixer program. And he joined initially for micro soldering, but like, you know, inside of our program, there's so many different things that we can solve. Because what we see really with micro soldering that kind of holds people back is it's not that they can't develop the skill to lift an IC and reball it and put it back on. It's hard to get your employees on track so that you can actually have the time to even sit down and do that. And that's like where the real struggle comes in. But I wanted to ask, I guess kind of what your experience in shop is, kind of like what you're doing with right now.
So right now I have my employees make a sticker with the issues that the phone could have. I don't have them troubleshoot many things, which is something I want them to do, so then they can kind of phase out the phones that we're not able to fix, so then it doesn't waste my time. So that's one of the things that I've been having issues with, is just having an SOP for that.
And I guess for yourself, as far as, I mean, it kind of sounds like you have a little bit of a system right now, but I guess what are you experiencing that's kind of holding you back from where you'd like it to be? Or I guess what would you really want if you could have it set up how you would like?
I would want them to be able to remove the phones that we do not repair at all, and be able to identify which phones we are able to repair, so then we can just bring those in, and then maybe they can kind of start the process by removing screens or stuff like that before I get to the other parts of the repair, more harder things. So something that they can, the easier level stuff I can kind of hand out to delegate to them, and then the harder stuff delegate to me.
Nice, very nice.
And how do you deal with that, Ben, when like we're dealing with all the incoming devices? How do you sort them out?
So
what are some tips on that?
Yeah, so one of the things that we've done to kind of alleviate that issue, because for myself, I found myself in that same exact position a couple of years ago, where you have all these devices coming in, you're checking them the best that you can, your employees are working really, really hard. I don't think anyone's like slacking off, but you always seem constantly busy, and you really can't like capitalize on what matters most. So what we started to do is we started to create a really refined two-tech check. That's what we call it. It's an intake process. And it vets out the phones that, and actually the order of operations of the check system on it, vet out a phone if it would have signal issues or touch issues or more drastic issues. And then that way we have a very clear picture on what we need to do. But also we have an outline that depending on what's wrong with the device, it would either give it a clear go that it can be repaired, and then a technician takes care of it, or if it can't, if it has a certain type of issue, then it gets communicated through our communication channel, so our whole team is alerted, so that either I can step in or somebody else can step in and handle that repair, so it doesn't get set off to the side and kind of stagnant. It keeps everything flowing. That's one thing that we've done in store a whole lot. But yeah, so but I guess for yourself, I guess what with your repair shop as it's running right now, I guess what is it holding you back from really accomplishing? I guess what would you really like to be able to accomplish if you could have that system down already?
I guess just training the employees on what phones are able to be repaired and the symptoms of a phone that aren't able to be repaired. So kind of like an iPhone 6 Plus coming in with no touch, and it could be the touch disease, something like that, or an iPhone 7 with the IC, something that I'm not able to do yet, but stuff like that I want them to get out of the system, so we're not wasting time. I'm wasting my time to try to repair it, but then it turns out that it's a bigger issue than I thought, and we're not able to repair it yet.
Yeah, 100%.
And how does Prefixer help him solve his problems?
Yeah, so where we come into place is we take, in our program, there's some qualifications that would qualify you to really join our program, and that's why we really do an interview process with a lot of the potentials that want to join us. And one reason why we brought Robert onto the program is because we saw that he already had a succeeding business. He works really, really hard, does good revenue numbers. It's just the efficiency could be maximized on, and that's really what we step in to do is, we take you from being the overworked business owner that is just constantly head down in the hustle, to being able to see the operations of the store, what really gets the results, and to focus on those with certain KPIs that you set into place, so that you're able to have other people handle those tasks for you versus them kind of almost meshing together and appearing to be one task. We help you to define each and every single one of those things to get more system and structure in your store. Yeah. Hey, appreciate you, Robert. Thank you. Oh,
Did you get?
All right.
Don't get that. Don't get that.
All right, man. How would you review this case? 5 stars. 1 star.
Steering everything here. No, this looks pretty nice actually. It's got the little bumpers and all that kind of stuff on it. Actually, looks like a good brand. I've actually heard of these before, but I've never.
So guys, Ghost are based out of New York. Our primary stuff is bread and butter is cases, right? So we have 5 different type of cases we offer, from the iPhone flagship all the way down to Tier 2 devices like the Samsung A series, the Moto G series. All right, this is the Iron Armor. That's the one seen in the picture over there. Comes with tempered glass, belt clip, holster.
What does something like this retail for?
$24.98 is the retail.
Okay.
Your cost would be $650 on those.
Oh, nice.
Right?
That's really good margins, actually.
Yeah, and the picture at the bottom, you see the cover? Okay. The girl, that's the cover piece, $17.98 MSRP. Your cost is $6. And the same exact deal is available for all the devices, not just the flagship devices. Now, once we get to a more higher premium end, we got the Atomic Slim. It's got the aluminum frame. It's got the tempered glass.
Looks fancy.
Okay. And we have these MagSafe magnets on there to reinforce that.
Is there any kind of minimum order quantities?
No, not at all.
Nice.
And for you guys, repair shops, right?
Yeah.
The good thing about us is that we have a lot of iPhone 11, iPhone 12, Samsung S20, these older devices. We have the case solutions for those.
All right, we're here with Solomon from Mobile Centrics. So tell us a little bit about Mobile Centrics. What makes you guys unique? How are you guys better than some of the other part suppliers and tool suppliers?
So to be honest with you, the one thing that makes Mobile Centric so unique is the customer service aspect.
Okay.
We really care about our customers when it comes down to it. we have, even a customer calls in, he asks, yo, how can I repair this device? He doesn't have an idea. We'll get a tech on the line with him, help him go step by step, figure it out. If we can't figure it out, then we'll get him a YouTube video. We'll help him to any way as possible, so that way he can get that repair done and, you know, complete what he's trying to do. And that's like, no other repair company that I've seen goes above and beyond for their customers to show them how to even do the repair.
Right.
So that's something we like try to work on is customer service, because as long as we can keep the customers happy, you know, they're always going to come back.
Yeah, they're going to keep buying parts. Yeah. That's great. You guys carry a lot of micro soldering tools. Do you guys take requests from customers like, hey, I guys want you to stock this soldering iron or this hot
yeah, so that's something we want customers to do, because they know better what, like, you know, what's needed in the, like, you know, in the market right now, like what they need for their store. So if they need anything, like, they're more than welcome to reach out to us. We have features where we can go ahead and order those parts for them, and then right as soon as it comes in, we'll go ahead and call the customer and let him know, hey,
what's the typical turnaround? Like if I request, like, oh, I need this specific IC or this tool.
So the typical turnaround time is typically about 5 to 10 business days, and that really depends on what the part is and if it's available or not. If it's something that's not available in the market, it might take a little bit longer. But if it's something that's available in the market, we can go ahead and get it shipped out with the next shipment.
Oh, great. Great. Yeah, because I always come across tools that I can only find them in China, and you know, it's nice to have it domestic in the U.S. because it's faster shipping. If there's any issues, easy to warranty.
Yeah, no, and that's what we tell our customers. Like, if they need any parts, just give us a call because we'll be more than happy to carry. You know, because if you need it, then there's gonna be like 5, 10 other customers that are gonna need that part, but don't ask about it. You know, so like, you guys are more than welcome to like request any parts that we don't have on the website, and we'll get it out for you as soon as we can.
That's great. Awesome, man. Appreciate that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Have a great day.
All right, so we have JJ here. He actually built my latest website. So tell me, for repair shops, how valuable is it to have a website that looks good and works?
It's the first thing your customers are going to see. You know, it's critical. I mean, it's absolutely the magnet that's going to bring in people before you get the chance to talk to them.
Right. Yeah, because if you go to an ugly website, you already get a bad impression about the business. They might be like kind of shady and stuff, but having a good website. Also, what kind of struggles do you see from repair shop owners that you hear them complain about on their current website or stuff like that?
Lead generation?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to work, you know?
Yeah, you got to get your leads. I think one of the things you added to my site was when you click my phone number, it pops up on their phone and texts me.
It's a one-button SMS.
Yeah,
cool.
I get so many texts like, hi, BCC, are you available to chat? I'm like, yes. Well, what's up? What's going on? It's great. It's genius.
Yeah, sometimes you get so many, you got to ask me to turn it off.
That's the goal, you know?
Yeah.
So, appreciate it.
Cool.
See you around. All right. So we have Joe Mendoza here. What's the name of your shop?
GSM Wireless.
Great. And what are your thoughts about the repair industry, and where do you see it in 5 years from now?
I see it expanding. It's definitely growing. You know, just changes that all that, you know, Samsung's doing, Google, with, iFixit, carrying their
the authorized reseller parts.
Authorized, and then Samsung's kind of, you know, real lenient on the stuff.
Right.
And Apple's the tricky one, but, you know, they're kind of doing that. I see it expanding, but I also see just the strong ones surviving, you know.
Yeah. How do you feel about, like, Apple pairing parts to the motherboard so you can't replace them easily?
I hope it's a temporary thing. I hope that, you know, they change that, you know, later on. It's just part of the process, I guess. We gotta.
Do you see a lot of pushback from customers when you have to tell them, like, hey, if I replace your screen, you're gonna get a notification that?
Here and there, yeah, here and there.
Do you ever get the customer to just say no thanks and they leave?
I've had like a small amount, probably just like one or two here and there.
Yeah.
I actually recently customer. They took it to Apple. They didn't want to fix it because the back was broken.
Okay.
The battery got full.
Yeah.
It's a 13 Pro, and so I was like, well, I'll order it for you. So I ordered it on the Apple website, fixed it. He didn't even want the back fixed.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. So Apple denied that, and I was like, well, so I see the industry you know,
just stay strong and it'll be viable.
For sure.
So like
especially the kind of repairs that you're doing.
Yeah, micro soldering.
Apple ain't gonna touch that.
Yeah, they do the basics. So cool. All right, so we're here with Phone LCD Parts. So tell me, what's your name and what do you do here?
So my name is Khan, last name is Kurnak. I'm a part of Phone LCD Parts for about 7 years.
Great. And what puts your company apart from all the other suppliers?
So we have the great customer service, great products, great brands, and basically smile.
All right, and do you guys carry micro soldering tools?
We do a lot of chips, tools, laser machines. So basically, as a repair store, when you open the store, open the door, when you come up the store, when you look at your inventory, whatever you need, we have it.
You have it all?
Everything we have.
Okay.
And other than soldering, we also carry accessories and parts, accessories and cables, and cases, everything, whatever you're looking for.
Great. How long have you guys been in business for?
Basically, we've been in this business more than 10 years so far. But
what changes have you seen in the repair industry since the beginning to now? Like, is it getting harder for repair shops to do business and make money, or is it?
Basically, everything is being changed in China. They started importing a lot of product from China to United States. Basically, before this has happened years ago, and most of the people trying to do a refurbish here. I mean, the refurbish means maybe our viewers doesn't know what is refurbish means. They were taking the glass off,
only,
separating all the parts, and they were repairing in the United States. But once the China come up with a great pricing, they started importing the products in the United States. Most of the people stopped doing that. Actually, one of our owner, Phone LCD Parts, we're doing the refurbish.
Oh, you guys do it in-house?
Exactly.
Oh, wow, okay.
And then everything has changed. But what we did, we didn't stop doing that. So we found the factories that we brought all the selection. So when you look at this, we have variety of selection of the Quantum Plus, Power Cell. What we do in China, we basically find the best part available for each selection. We have the Quantum series, QV5, QV6, QV7, QV8, and those screens comes with different quality selection. When you look at the digitizer, each screen has a different kind of digitizer.
Now, is it a good idea to have this many options for the customer? Because that could be confusing. Like, the customer just wants their screen fixed, so they want to be able to. Do you want a shop to be offering all different qualities, or should it be like depending on your market? What do you think?
That's a really good question. I talked with a lot of, maybe 50 people I talked about this question today, because they were not aware of what are the qualities between, but we have a selection of all that breakage coverage. I was offering them, like, some of the model we have a $5 difference, some of them $20 difference. You have to specifically go by model. Maybe if I want to mention 11 Pro Max, between hard OLED coverage and the cheapest one, we call it TFT, and has around $15 or $20 difference. It depends where your store located. It depends who are your customers. Because most of the customers want to get the repair as cheap as possible, right? At that time, you don't have to offer them a lot of things. But there are some customers, they have a very bad potential. I mean, they have a feeling, if you have a feeling, they may break the screen, they may bring it back, because this is happening in the industry, right? What happened was, that time, you can make a selection of breakage coverage. You pay $15, $10, $20 extra on our website, but if their customer bring back the screen, which is including internal crack, we can take it back. We have a special coating on it. We don't mix up the screens. For example, this is the one of the screen model. Each screen comes with each sticker on it. Right, we can easily understand what is the screen and what is the batch. So sometimes when we look at what is the screen, what is coming from, we can easily understand. And that time, what happens? Let's say you purchase the screen today, and your customer, you fix it. After a month, your customer brought it back, right? With an internal crack. No question will be asked to your customers from your side. Because
You
this
just
is
swap it out.
exactly most of the thing happening when they trying to explain, hey, you dimension screen, this is not our responsibility.
Right.
Instead of saying that, just tell them you have a $20 extra option. Sell them breakage coverage. You're good to go.
Yeah.
No headache.
Right.
You happy, your customer happy.
Now, does that cover glass breaking? So the glass breaks, is that covered too, or just the internal?
In our coverage, it doesn't include in the back glass.
The front glass. Yeah.
It only included in the
outlet or
LED
the
inside. Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. We have Angel here. So you have a repair shop, right?
Yes.
Okay. What's one thing about your repair shop that makes it successful? That's giving you a lot of customers, or like bringing in a lot of money? What do you think is something that customers like about your repair shop versus other ones?
At least for me, I think customer service is very important.
So what does that mean, like good customer service? Like what are some examples of?
What that means is, like in our shop, we have an 100% no risk guarantee, which means that if we can't repair the device, something happens with the device, we break it, or we repair it successfully, they go out and use it and something bad happens, then as long as they don't break it, they can bring it back and we'll fix it again.
So it's like a no risk repair, like they're not paying money and then still have a broken device, right?
Yeah, so there no risk is involved. So we are willing to, we try not to lose money with this policy, but we want the customer to be happy. We go above and beyond for that, and a lot of people don't do that. I think a lot of people in the industry are like just hustling, you know, like trying to like get as much money as possible and putting the customer second versus first. And I think that's where we do it differently.
Yeah, because I hear a lot of stories like, oh, I paid for a screen repair, I didn't fix it, but I still had to pay to take back a broken phone.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, just stuff like that. But I kind of do the same policy. If I can't repair it, I'm not gonna charge it for it. Because then I don't want you to feel like you got scammed or something, you know?
Exactly. I'm the same way. Maybe I care too much, I don't know. But we can't fix it, no charge at all.
Right.
That's just the way to do it.
And what's one thing you struggle with at your shop that's like difficult to deal with? Whether it's like customers or like parts issues, like what's something you experience? That's okay, let it out.
I mean, just the whole operations of it, like keeping up with inventory, doing proper accounting.
You have any systems?
Ranking things.
Do you have any systems in place to handle like inventory, or do you just like eyeball it as far as like parts? Like,
I mean, no, we try to like segregate all the parts. We do inventory counts, but with the system, I guess the best system is just inventory counts.
Yeah.
And try to catch the missing part as soon as possible if they are missing, but hopefully they're not missing.
I mean, I kind of have like everything in section, and when I see it's kind of low, then I'll just add I have a whiteboard next to me where I write down exactly, like I have like 5 TriStars left, and I know I burned through them pretty fast, so I'll write it down, like order more TriStar on my next order. So
yeah,
I try to always something in stock. All right, well, appreciate it. Thanks for your time. All right.
All right, hey, what's up, guys? Ben from Prefixer. I'm here with Charles. How's it going, man? Yeah, so Charles had a few questions about our program. So here at Prefixer, we're a training program, but if you follow me on Facebook, I post up a lot of repair shop advice and things like that. But Charles had a few questions on, I guess some of the specifics and things, but I'll let him ask him.
Yeah, so basically I see you out and about on Facebook and social media, and for whatever reason, I'm scrolling through my feed, and all of a sudden I see these gems being dropped consistently by you, basically addressing the different problems and challenges of a typical shop owner and what they typically do to solve those problems, which isn't necessarily the right way. And it really rings a bell, and to me, a lot of times, because I'm like, hey, that's me. I do that all the time. Between creating systems and having a certain mindset or lack thereof, I just really enjoy the things you say, and I always wonder what type of services do you offer, or how can you help the average repair shop, solve those problems?
No, yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the kind words. So it all stems from me being a completely burnt out, overworked, underpaid repair shop owner. The things that, tangibly that we do in our repair shop, we teach microsolder training, but not only that, we teach how to implement systems into your business as far as like how to become efficient, how to become repeatable, how to become profitable. And the way that we do that is we have a couple different key workflow systems that we implement. Like we have 2-Tech Check, Phase 4, all these things. It's basically like a business in a box kind of thing. And we help you implement each one of those phases to prevent you from always having to run around, just with all the hats on, where you can start to hand those hats off, but not just hand them off blindly, but hand them off with a system, a playbook, all the rules and everything delegated. So that's kind of, in a nutshell what we do.
Gotcha. Yeah, and so it kind of rung a bell. I can't remember the name of the book that I read, but it was basically focusing on the fact that I don't want to do this forever, right? And what the value of my business is. And right now, the value of my business, I feel, and I've actually tried to sell one of my businesses, and the guy interviewed me, and the sale almost went through, but he goes, you know what? You're not really selling a business. You're selling yourself. Like, I can't buy you. You are the value of your business. What systems have you generated? What have you created? If you took yourself out of your business, how much is your business really worth? And then they reevaluate and say, hey man, this is what we can actually offer you, which was basically like, it was almost like laughable what they offered me. I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna sell or whatever the case is. And so I think, that really rung a bell to me to just like think and say, hey, what can I do to get to the point where I can remove myself and have my business be like a well-oiled machine,
Yeah, no, that's huge. Like, I look at the hiring process of me now versus before. Before, I would really hire like on skill, like saying, hey, do you know how to do this already before you come to me? And the big problem with that is you're basically just handing off all the control of the business. But now what I do is I hire people off of, I say, hey, like, are you coachable? Like, if I was able to show you the system that I use to get results, are you coachable enough to learn that and implement it in my business and work with me to master that skill? And that's where we take it now is we have everything that covers like the scripts that you have to use whenever you talk with customers. The process that you use in order to test the phone. It's not left up to the individual to decide that. Us in our store, we have a method for literally everything. And so yeah, 100% like what you're saying, like, you can be the business owner that's doing it all, but there's massive power that comes from developing that into a system, handing it off and proving that it works. And then pretty soon the business becomes its own separate entity and you can sell that where you can't sell yourself.
Exactly. And then so finally, I just want to know like how, can you take me through a little bit of the process, just in a nutshell, of how you come and help a business owner out, and kind of like what kind of time frame could I expect to be able to get to the point where I'm actually employing these processes and these systems and learn this information and methods that I'm learning from you, and kind of how to get in contact with you, and how to start something like that up.
Yeah. So the best way to get in contact with me is Facebook. That's like the main way that we generate, for one, leads, and also give out all the content and things like that. The main process that we work with people on is our program is a 90-day mentorship. Okay. It consists of live coaching calls where they're dynamic. We have discussions on those. People have actually relabeled those calls, like the students, they've said those are my therapy sessions. Like, that's where you go to like really like talk about what's really happening in the business and fix it. But we do those multiple times per week. We also have a really great community of 185 people that we brought in the past year and a half. We have a training portal with everything documented that literally you just copy paste it and implement into your business. But the time frame over the 90 days, like where we really start to see people getting results, is like kind of the first 2 weeks, you'll kind of feel a little bit lost because it's so different. But then after about 30 days, you kind of start to see that vision. Next 45, you really start implementing and see the results. 60, you really start mastering and seeing like the consistency get there. And then 90 is like, not where you're gonna be like a business, know everything at that point, but at least at like the 60 to 90 day mark, you believe in the system that you have. And then once you're sold on it, you'll continue to repeat that and master it and solve your own
transformation,
problems.
right?
Yeah.
That mindset, because the mindset shift is everything, man. Yeah. Information and mindset, that's like night and day for any business owner and any business at all. So I understand that. So I don't know if you're comfortable talking about, but what's something like that cost?
Yeah, so our program for the mentorship, we charge $3,500.
Okay. And that's a 90-day mentorship. And then after that 90-day mentorship, is there any ongoing training or any online or any coaching portal or Facebook page or anything like that, or is this pretty much any other access to you besides that?
Yeah, so we're really active in our Facebook community where we have like the 185 people. Everybody gets moved into there, and that's where everybody exists after that 90 days. So not only do you have me to bounce ideas off of and learn from, you have all the other students who have gone through that same transformation process. So it's a really great environment. Plus, you still have access to all of our recorded calls. You have access to our full training portal with all the documentation, workflows, all that kind of stuff. So there's still a ton of resources that you maintain access to.
And finally, I'm asking you an honest question. Do you legitimately see a difference in people's bottom line? Are people seeing the difference in their bottom line after working with you?
Yeah, I literally got a Facebook message this morning from a dude that came in our shop or in our program. He had never really paid himself a paycheck, just used his business debit card to cover expenses. But he was like, dude, I was able to save enough money now and like make profit that I cut myself a real paycheck for the first time ever. And like that's like huge. Like, but we see that all the time where people come in and they're like, I thought it was normal to use I'm reinvesting. I'm like, growing my business. I'm like, but they get to the point where they're like, that's like the most backwards idea. And they finally start able to pay themselves a paycheck. But yeah, all the time. That's what keeps me going. That's why we're still doing it.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I have a better understanding. Like I said, all I see some soldering training. I see gems being dropped, but I didn't really know like what's the information behind the man that you are. So I thank you for your time and everything else, and much success to you.
Yeah, appreciate it, Charles.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, man.
So we're here in the middle of the expo. We've been meeting a lot of suppliers, repair shop owners. What do you think so far, Ben?
I think it's pretty cool. We had a lot of really good perspective and stuff. I talked with a lot of like independent repair owners. Just kind of hearing their perspective on what worked and what didn't. But it's really cool to just see all the diverse businesses out here. But yeah, I got a lot of really good interviews going on.
Yeah, getting a lot of good feedback about the program too. I think a lot of people are noticing like the 90-day is so much better than the 5-day because you can't learn all this in 5 days. So.
Yeah, I think that's a really cool thing. A lot of people, not only just recognize us off the YouTube, but once they start talking to us, it's really valuable, the 90-day perspective. So
yeah, I just had someone random say, "I just saw your video. Thank you. That's awesome." So it's kind of, I think that's first, though. It's pretty cool. All right, so we have Stan here. He has a repair shop. You guys do micro soldering in-house. How has micro soldering changed your repair business?
Oh my god!
Now that you can do it in-house.
Well, now that we can do it in-house, it's one of those things where it improved the confidence of the technicians, and more importantly, it improves the confidence of our client base.
Yeah.
So now our client base, when you tell them you do micro soldering, it sounds confusing, but it also sounds like something they need done.
Yeah.
And if you can do it, they're like, okay, I'm more willing to.
A lot of shops can't. So.
Yeah, they can't. You mentioned micro soldering, and it's like, no, the other place didn't tell me about that.
Yeah.
And once we tell them about it and tell them we can execute it, it's been great.
Exactly, because a lot of times, like a shop will just claim something's not fixable when it is, but they just don't know.
They just don't know.
Being able to do it in house and have the confidence, be like, yeah, we could fix it, no problem.
Yeah, it changes. If there was one piece of advice I could give to any repair shops and things like that, learn. Learn to do micro soldering. Don't be scared of it. Follow you guys. Check out the channel. Do all that good stuff, man. Just learn it. It'll increase your profitability, increase your confidence. It'll increase your knowledge base.
Yeah.
I mean,
what are your
if not, just leave it to guys like us, and we'll make the money. So.
Yeah. So what kind of profit margins do you see with micro soldering repairs?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Like, what do you guys charge for like iPhone 10 that doesn't power on?
Generally, depending on what's going on, I mean, you could be anywhere $100, $200. Just depends on,
How much in parts does that cost you for like a micro soldering repair?
Micro soldering repairs?
Yeah.
Let me see. Sometimes I can scrounge in the couch and find a few pennies and see if I can cover the cost of that.
Yeah.
But no, man.
Exactly.
The success you feel after it's done, knowing that you were able to repair it, and the cost of doing it was just you make the initial investment in the beginning.
Right, the tools.
But it's a lifetime payback.
Training,
Yeah, proper tools, proper training, it'll just pay itself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's one thing I've seen is just like ICs are like $1, $2.
Yeah.
So being able to charge 100, 200, 300 for these repairs is just, there's nothing like it in the repair world.
And remembering that you can't spend out of your pocket.
Yeah.
The customer may not pay for that. Well, you can't put a value on information.
Yeah.
There's information inside of that device that you just go, if you told someone, I'll charge you $200 to get your pictures back, that sounds like a cheap price for the images or the things that they even mentally believe they lost.
Priceless, you can't recapture those pictures.
No.
So totally agree. All right, man, appreciate it.
It's great seeing you guys.
Yeah. Good. And yourself? What's up?
I watch your videos.
Awesome, man. Cool, thanks. Thank you.
It's nice to see you here.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. All right, see you around. So we have Mark here. He has a repair shop here in Palm Springs, right?
Yeah, Palm Springs, California.
Okay, so how do you deal with water damaged devices? Do you guys do full repair, data recovery only? Tell us a little bit how you guys run that.
Okay, good question. So basically, go through a few steps to evaluate it first as an inspection. Before we tell the customer anything, we inspect the phone to find out if it even has power, how severe the water is, and then kind of go from there. So after we inspect it, we check for power, charge port, battery, screen. Yeah. If we do get the phone to turn on, we'll then test the other functionalities of it to see if it's worthy of repair. Basically, if it doesn't turn on or there's too many symptoms that are not working or too many problems with the phone, it will go into a data recovery tier, which the phone isn't going to be a repairable. They'll get a device back in the same condition they got it when they brought it in, but they will get their data to be able to put onto their phone or flash drive or whatever they prefer.
Okay, so you offer different options for delivering the
we
data?
kind of have a tier 1, 2, and 3. Okay. One being maybe like a temporary repair to get your data, which would be they pay for us to use our part to access their data, get a backup, put it onto their phone. Yeah. If it's not a temporary repair, which means a screen, battery, or charge port doesn't work, then it will go into a data recovery, which is our tier 2, which is then to evaluate if it can be fixing that original logic board. If that board can be fixed, they'll pay X amount, and then it goes into stage 3 where that board is actually so damaged where it would need a chip level swap onto another donor board in order to turn on to access their data.
And what kind of prices should a customer expect? You know, range doesn't have to be exact. So tier 1, 2, and 3.
Our temporary repair is $135. So basically we make it 2 separate prices. It's a labor fee for tearing the device down plus data transfer. So it's I think $75 for the data transfer and I think about $60 for the labor to tear the phone and use our parts to get the data. And then for our recovery, for our without chip level or board swap, it's going to be $295. And so far we've kept that the same price for a couple years now.
Do you get a lot of pushback?
Go up, but at the moment, that's where we're at right now.
Do you get a lot of pushback from customers at that $295
Yeah, a lot
price?
of people do turn it down, but they come back because they go around and they find out that's kind of actually within the market price or maybe even a lot less than some other places. So it just really depends on how much they want their data and
there's like baby
what's on
pictures
there.
or family members.
A lot of people come in thinking it's going to be, this wham bam process and all I need is my pictures. You know? All I need is my contacts.
All I need,
It doesn't work like that. It takes a little bit of time and effort to get those pictures or contacts. So
once you get it turned on, is whether one picture or a million pictures.
Yeah, that's the question. If you get it on, what do you get? Well, if we get it on, we'll be able to get pretty much everything.
I get that a lot too.
Yeah, usually we hope for the best, but there's a lot of extreme outcomes sometimes.
Cool, man. Well, I appreciate your time.
Yeah, of course.
Good seeing
Anytime,
you.
Jesse.
All right, so we're here at the end of the expo. What are some of your takeaways from today, Ben?
Oh yeah, so hey, what's up guys? Ben from Prefixer. Some of my big takeaways are like how genuinely awesome people are. We have some really, really great people that we've interviewed and we hope you've enjoyed that. But my biggest takeaway I think is like the validity in the message that there are a lot of overworked people that do really, really good work that just want a more efficient business so they can do more how they please in their business. And I think that's like the same resonating tone that we kind of heard all day long.
Yeah, I heard a lot of shops saying like they, just the operations part is what they struggle with. Being organized and not just being like kind of like rat race. Like I don't know. Hopefully, some of the info we did share with them and talked about. Well, maybe they'll try to implement that into their shop, make it more efficient, and they could free some time for themselves to do other things.
Yeah,
like
likewise.
soldering.
Yeah, 100%. And so yeah, we hope you enjoyed that part too. That was another real good I said gem that we got out of that is so many people that do micro soldering as well. They understand the profitability of it. So we like to see more shops doing that as well. So
heard some good stories, met some good people. met some new suppliers, so pretty exciting. I think it was worth it, you know, spending one day out here at the expo and seeing what everyone's all about. All right, so that's it for us today. Thanks for watching. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with all your friends. In case they didn't go to an expo, now they know kind of what it's all about. Maybe they'll come by for the next one.
Yeah.
All right.
Appreciate it. See you later.
Bye.